Larry Silverstein hired me 10 years ago to make sure that everything we did at the World Trade Center was documented the right way. But my very first call 10 years ago was to an Irish construction worker that I had shared an apartment with in Sunnyside, Queens, and that was Joe Woolhead. He'd spent 10 years working in construction. He was badly injured on a Chase Manhattan project and had taken up photography as a hobby. And I'd seen some of his photographs. I said, you know, you should be a photographer. This is really cool stuff. So when Silverstein started rebuilding the Trade Center, I called Joe, and he's been photographing this project ever since, as you can see.
First of all, it's beautiful, very emotional, needless to say. My first impression is, God bless America. We have a spirit of survival, and that we're going to come back, and we're going to come back better, and we're going to come back stronger. Nothing's going to keep us down.
Well, it was very historic. I certainly felt honored to be chosen as the helicopter company that was going to fly the Joe, and there was another cinematographer aboard as well who did the video. And, you know, certainly was an honor. It was, you know, you kind of felt the moment. I also remember looking over a couple of times because I'm flying around it, and I was kind of like a NASCAR driver, just making left turns all the time around it very slowly. But I remember about an hour and a half into it, I looked over and I could see the guy, this huge bolt. You can almost read the writing on the bolt. And this guy, two guys with hammers are whacking this thing to get this in. That was the first bolt that they were putting in, the pin or bolt into the spire that attached. Once they had the spire attached, these guys went up and they're pounding on this thing to get it in there. And it took them probably 15, 20 minutes to get the first one lined up and in there, and then they had at it. They were getting quite a few of them. It was very nice to hear recently that the architects had decided it really was a spire, and it really was the tallest builder in the United States as well.
I had a few pictures published around the world soon after 9/11. It took me a few years to get back to the site, and I was commissioned by Silverstein to come back to ground zero and take some photographs. It snowballed from there. I began to take photographs on a more regular basis, and I began to concentrate on each part of the job, each aspect of the work going on, such as 4 World Trade Center and 1 World Trade Center, both buildings that were going up at the time. May 10th of this year was very inspiring, to say the least. That's when the last piece of the steel was put on top of 1 World Trade Center. And that was very inspiring. It was wonderful to look at from a helicopter. It gives me immense pleasure to see this work at Fitterman Hall, and I'm so delighted to see so many people here enjoying it, and I hope they keep continuing to come.
Joe Woolhead did a fantastic job in putting together this magnificent show of all the photography and scenes and sites that took place in the rebuilding of the World Trade Center. We're really excited. and we invite everyone to come down. There is one special section that has BMCC and Fitman Hall being built. This is a fantastic opportunity to see photographs that have never been seen before for the first time here at the Fitman Art Center at BMCC. We're so excited that it's here, and we want you to come down and enjoy it. You'll see things that you've never seen before. You'll see New York City being rebuilt, and the inspiration that we all have, that we can bounce back, and for setbacks, we are inspired to go forward.